Hello everybody, this is the second part of learning to use unique pointers in C++. Let's continue. So we have this person struct from the first lesson, the same person struct. I created a new file here and I copied the person here. So when we are constructing the person, we will print the information, and when we are destroying the person, we will also destroy that which person we are destroying and the information. So let's create again one unique pointer like this. We're creating John again, and let's say now that we want to print information about any player. Like for example, we want to print information about John, and then we create another one like Bill, and we want to print information about Bill. Obviously, in C++ we want to have functions. So what kind of function we will create for printing a unique pointer? Well, I will just copy it there. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. So like the song says. So there's the print, and we will just pass a row pointer. That's the way to do it. We just pass the row pointer, and we will get the row pointer from the unique pointer, and then we will print that guy. And obviously putting const here because we don't want to change we are telling that we are not changing the person at all, putting const there. So we're checking that if it's not null, we will print the information. Basic stuff, isn't it? So how do we call this print now? Well, the way that we call it in using the unique pointer will be that player get. The get will return the row pointer of the unit pointer. So that will be the old pointer in C++. Okay, so that's how we do it. Obviously we could now we can use this function for using the old new system, which I don't recommend, but I will still show it because it's there. So we could just create don't do this kind of thing, the old way. No, bad name. Let's call it bad name, because this is something we should not really be doing. And then we can go, but we could do this, and then we can pass this person. Don't do this name, actually it needs to be name, and we could pass that pointer and print, the old way, and then delete something. Yeah, so okay, let's go back to the real thing. Let's learn now about move. Why do we need to have move? Because the problem is that let's say that we have a another player number 2. Now we can't make a copy. Like if I do like this, as we can see, there's a red. It says that can't copy. There's no operation to copy unique pointers. Why is this? Because unique pointer is all about ownership. Okay, so this player is owning this person, and we can't share the ownership, because what we are trying to do here, we are trying to make player 2 also owning John, but now there will be 2 owners, player 2 and player, and that's illegal because it's a unique, like the name says, it's a unique owner, unique ownership. So we can't share this John. So this is illegal. Okay, but there's a way to pass the ownership using the move. So let's try that one now. So I'm gonna create the person 2 first. To start with, we can create a person. Okay, so let's look at this function. So create person, and we will pass the age and the name by reference, and then this function will call the make unique like normally, and it will create a person. Okay, and it will return the unique pointer. This is totally okay. This is very good. There's no problem. It's a good idea to pass the just created unique pointer by value like this, because actually it's gonna move it And if it sounds complicated, don't worry about it too much. Just note that we are able to move the unique pointer. So this is creating a unique pointer, and it's gonna move it like this. And now we can construct this object like this. Okay, there's a move operation happening here. Okay, we can't copy, but we can move, and this is a temporary object, and it's gonna do a move operation in this case. Okay, this is very good. Now let's print this person 2, just to see that it all works. And number 2. Oh, it's a person 2. Sorry, it's a person 2. Oh, I call it player. Yeah, person 2. And let's now run this program first time. We can see 2 people created. And there we go. All of that here. So we created the John, and then we are printing the John here on line 36. We are printing that, and then we are creating a Brian, and we are printing here the Brian. Yeah, we created the Brian using this new function, and it only created the Brian once. Note that Brian has not been copied because the Brian has only been created once, not twice. So this only created Brian once. There was no copy operation happening there, and then both of them gets deleted at the end of the scope, which is here. And let's continue. What if we want to change so that the person 2 wants to get ownership of John? Is that possible? Well, it is possible, but if person 2 starts owning John, it will lose Brian, because it obviously can't own both of them. So it is possible to change the ownership, that now person 2 starts owning John, but then at that point it will automatically destroy this Brian which was created here. And the way to do is that we can move it. So I will show it. Okay, it goes like this. So we are moving the player John into player 2 using the move, and at this point Brian will be destroyed. And let's just see that this really happens. Compile. We can see from the destruction and construction function printouts that this is happening. So there is we are creating Brian here, and then we are doing the move, and at the point of move it will destroy Brian, this Brian now. On a line 42 the Brian is destroyed as the move operation is completed, and then the only player existing is John, which is destroyed at the end of the scope. Okay, very good. And the last thing what we're gonna do here is a little bit shorter this video. I'm just gonna do a short part 2, and then we are gonna have a second part where I'm gonna create a lobby game and lobby in a game. That's gonna be exciting, and we're gonna use the unique pointer in a kind of so-called real application. Okay, but before that, let's finish this second part, and in the last section we're gonna create a ball, and we're gonna pass that ball between 2 players. That's the idea here. So using the unique pointer, we're gonna pass that ball. Okay, so first let's create the struct for the ball. We're gonna have the player, football player, and then we need the ball. So let's create the ball as well. Why not? I think I can put it here, just here, to keep it simple. So this is a new exercise here. So I'm gonna put a separator here. Okay, so there's the ball, and there's the football player, and the football player can kind of have the ball or not have the ball. And this is just the pointer that if the player has the ball, then it owns the ball, kind of thing. So let's go and start playing the game. So first we need to create 2 players. So player 1, player 2, And let's print the current situation. Are they owning the ball or are they not owning the ball? Obviously none of them owning the ball. So if the ball, which is the unique pointer, if it's null, obviously they don't own the ball. If it's not null, then it will print this that player 1 has the ball. And if the player 2 ball is not null, then the player 2 will own the ball. Let's see what happens if we run this one. It should be that nobody owns the ball. But let's prove it's true. So, looking at the code, yeah, we can see that nobody has the ball. Yep, nobody has the ball. Let me comment out this section actually, so it doesn't print anything, because we don't need that right now. So let's continue. Now let's now move the ball. So let's create the ball first. Okay, let's create the ball. Let's create the ball and pass the ball to player 1. So this one creates the ball, and then we will move the ball to player 1. We will assign the ball to player 1. Let's now print the current situation. So if the ball is not null for player 1, he has the ball, and the same thing for player 2. If it's not null, then it will print this. Or if nobody has the ball, check here. Okay, so let's check. Aha, there is a mistake by the way here. That should be 2. Okay, so nobody has the ball in the first case here, and then we are creating the ball and passing it to player 1, and now player 1 has the ball. That's it. And then now let's pass the player to from player 1 to player 2, and the way we do it, like we did before, we use the move. So we are passing the player from player 1, the ball from player 1 to player 2, like this, using the move. And if we print now, let's see what happens. We're just printing now the situation, and the last one will be that player 2 has the ball because it was passed there. This is just a short video to illustrate a couple of things, how to move the player and how to create the unique pointer correctly and not using the new and stuff like that. Okay, and in the next video I will be continuing creating the game and the lobby and stuff like that. Okay, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.